Majutsushi Slice of Life asks, with Saipan being only 5.5 miles at its widest and only 12 miles along, can most things like groceries, restaurants, etc. be easily reached on foot? I used to walk a lot as a young person and my legs are still pretty strong even in my late 50s. The thing to understand about Saipan is that it's not laid out like Manhattan. It's not laid out in a grid system. So even though it's only 13 miles by 5 miles, to get from one place to another that may look near to each other on the map might actually require a long detour in order to get to. So if this were laid out like Manhattan in a grid system, for example, then you could be assured that to get from point A to point B would just require going up a certain number of blocks and going across a certain number of blocks. But here on Saipan, it may require you to go all the way to the end of the island to get the only road that goes up to that part of the other part of the island. So it's not as straightforward, not as easy as it may seem. Now, having said that, I would advise you or suggest that if you want to walk, if you want to be one of the few people who walk on the island, then you should absolutely do that. In fact, when I first came to the island, I did that as well. I wanted to get to know the island. I wanted to, exercise. I wanted to enjoy the sunshine. So I did that for a while. But after a while, I guess I succumbed to peer pressure as well, or just the fact that certain things are easier done by car. Most people have cars on the island or have access to cars or taxis or friends and do not walk. Very few people actually walk from place to place. The few who do stand out, and they're mostly mainlanders like yourself or like myself who have come here and haven't gotten the memo yet. But I would suggest do it for the first few weeks or so. I did it on bicycle as well as on foot for a while, and then eventually I gave in and got a car. But I did go for several years without a car. When I went to China for 6 months, I sold my car, and when I got back, because I lived in Susupi, I was near to a library, near to the post office, within walking distance of a supermarket, so I actually did without a car for a while. So depending on what your circle of exploration is, you could do without one very easily. But if you want to get up to Capitol Hill to take care of some business, and then down to Susupi to take care of some other business, then you might find that it's easier to drive. But the other new development in the plan is that Saipan just instituted a public transportation system. So there's now a bus that runs from Garapan all the way down to the south end of the island and then back up again. So if and as things expand, you might be able to access more of the island through public transportation, but now it might actually be a little more doable to do things on foot. So I hope that's helpful. So the bottom line is, it's trickier than it seems based on the topography of the island, but it certainly is doable for anyone who has the leg strength to keep doing it for an extended period of time. Hope that answers your question. See you in the next video.
Subscribe.
You know what the man say?